Hi, I'm Todd Heitkamp, the owner of Dakota Angler here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, with this week's 2-minute fishing report. Well, folks, despite the weather, it looks like some guys have had some decent luck out there fishing open water for walleyes around the area. Guys that have been doing the best have been continuing to be out in the Missouri River fishing from boats, whether or not they're pulling plugs or using jigs and minnows. Guys are catching fish, and they are nice, healthy fish, to say the least. The biggest problem out there is the amount of people, so patience, please. Absolute patience. And then as far as guys fishing from shore out in the Missouri River, a few guys are catching some, but the spawn isn't on yet, so the bite really hasn't taken off too much from shore at this point in time. As far as the lakes are concerned, some guys are doing fairly well around the area, but it's just really hit and miss, and depending on the weather and how much you want to stick it out. But guys are doing well on the Big Sioux River here, along, let's say, by Flandreau, Baltic, also down by the spillway here in Sioux Falls. But the other lakes include Vermilion. Guys are catching a few at Vermilion as well as Wall Lake, 81 Ponds, Thompson, also Sinai. Ponson's been doing fairly well, and some nice big fish coming out of Ponson, especially late afternoon and evening, using crappie rigs or also jigs and minnows. Guys are doing quite well with that. The Trophy Lake, Twin Lakes, continues to do well as Beaver Lake and then also Island. But mainly what guys are using right now at this point in time is throwing jigs and live bait, crappie rigs with minnows, or jigs and twister tails. Those are the three main presentations that had the best luck this past week. Folks, in this week's version of Todd's Tackle Tips, we're going to talk about rods, and it's one thing that a lot of people overlook. They think that they can catch a fish no matter if you're using a tree stick or a $400 rod. Folks, the rod that you use makes a huge difference. The sensitivity, the light, the weight of the rod, all that comes into play. What type of fishing are you actually going to do? It's very difficult to use the same rod that you're going to use for, let's say, bottom bouncing, that you can also use for jigging. There's a difference in sensitivity there, and there are different rods made for different actions. Yes, you can spend as little as you want to. I mean, we have rods here that are at $19.99, $29.99. and then on up to $399 if you want to spend that money. There is a huge difference in the quality and the sensitivity of those two ends of the spectrum. If you don't believe me, come in and take a look at it. Before I owned the store, I really didn't believe it as much as I do now, because of, again, I can sit there and with any of the rods, and the more expensive rods, the more sensitive the rod is, I can sit there and feel the lightest little tick when it comes to a light biting walleye, perch, you name it. Or I can feel the bottom, and what kind of makeup is the bottom? Is it a rock makeup? Is it a sandy beach? What is it? You can feel that with that rod and the sensitivity that it has, and it all makes a difference. So stop on by here and we can show you, depending on how much money you want to spend. I'm not saying everyone has to spend a large amount of money to have a great quality rod. There are many rods that are out in the market that are in that medium price range. 13 Fishing makes a bunch of them, as well as St. Croix, Fenwick's, you name it. We have it right here at the store. So stop on by and we can match up your fishing presentation with the type of rod that is best suited for your budget and also your type of fishing. Now it's time to take a look at a few photos that you sent in to me this past week. And remember, folks, if you'd like your photo included in next week's version of the 2-Minute Fishing Report, please send it to me. Send it to todd@dakotaangler.com or post it to our Facebook wall. And if I use your photo, your name will be entered into a monthly drawing for a $25 gift certificate. And folks, before we end this week's report, I want to bring it to your attention that if you're planning any type of trip out to Lake Erie in the next couple of weeks or the next month, stop on by and take a look at our huge selection of Erie tackle that we have here at Dakota Angler. We have all kinds of reef runners, we have the Smithwick with lures, we have the bandits, you name it, we have it right here. Plus custom color husky jerks that are exclusive to us here at Dakota Angler. So stop on by and take a look at the great selection that we have. Plus, if you're looking for live bait, if you're going out to Erie and you're looking for a flat of crawlers or a half flat, give us a call. We'll pack them in bedding absolutely free. Call us at 605-336-9132 to reserve your flat today. Or better yet, just stop on by and pick up your plugs and reserve your crawlers at the same time. Well, folks, that's this week's version of the 2-Minute Fishing Report. For Dakota Angler, I'm the owner, Todd Heitkamp, and as we say around here, fish on. We'll see you next time. And again, thanks for watching.